Prime Minister Takaichi of Japan recently made very serious and dangerous threats as far as China's sovereignty and territorial integrity are concerned. First of all, she basically violated the terms upon which Japan unconditionally surrendered to China back in 1945. Don't forget, Japan unconditionally surrendered and made all kinds of promises and commitments of not threatening China, not invading China, not launching any military aggression against China. Secondly, Japan unconditionally promised in the documents leading to the normalization of relations between China and the People's Republic of China back in 1971 that Japan recognizes there is only one China and Taiwan being part of China. And Japan, by any stretch of the imagination, has no legal right to be involved at all in the cross-strait relations. What Prime Minister Takaichi threatens is to treat Taiwan as a separate independent country in complete denial of the one China policy, and threatens to use force against China. And that really turns the bilateral relations between China and Japan upside down. Thirdly, she is in violation of the Constitution of Japan. The Constitution in Japan currently being practiced specifically prohibits the formation of a Japanese national defense force. Japan is only allowed to set up self-defense force in Japan, and there are rules prohibiting dispatching of any Japanese soldiers abroad on a combative mission. Now, what Prime Minister Takaichi wants to do is to dispatch Japanese soldiers to areas involving China's Taiwan province for an overseas combative mission. In that sense, she's a criminal under the Constitution of Japan. She's an offender of all the relevant rules and regulations currently being practiced in Japan. The other thing is that she completely forgets one fundamental point about the exact status of Japan within the framework of the United Nations. Because if you check very carefully the United Nations Charter, it classifies Japan, together with Germany, both of which unconditionally surrendered in 1945, as enemy states. In that sense, whatever Prime Minister Takaichi is doing may force triggering that enemy state clause within the United Nations Charter, which authorizes countries like China to take military action against Japan if China has reason to believe that Japan constitutes a threat to China.